I'm Max Eddy with PCMag.com, and this is What's New Now. The argument over streaming music continues as Spotify founder Daniel Ek responded to complaints from prominent musicians like Taylor Swift that the streaming service isn't paying artists enough, even when those artists rack up huge streaming numbers. Haters gonna hate, 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 as they say. One unusual problem in this debate is that no one seems clear about those numbers. Spotify says that Taylor Swift was on track to make $6 million a year from the service, while Swift's label said she actually earned less than $500,000. In a blog post, X said Spotify has paid over $2 billion to the music industry since it began. However, he also insinuated that if individual musicians weren't seeing a cut of that money, the fault is with their labels. If that money is not flowing to the creative community in a timely and transparent way, that's a big problem, Ek wrote. Much of X's argument hinges on Spotify being better than an illegal alternative. Spotify, he says, pays, while piracy does not. He also says that an increase in streaming does not necessarily mean a reduction in record sales, which is odd because that's an argument often used by proponents of file sharing. It's also a bit unfair, because music piracy was not the only option for digital music before Spotify. But I think the debate is actually more complicated than all of that. Spotify plays by the rules and does pay for each play, but that means that Spotify is behaving legally, not necessarily behaving morally or fairly. This is an endemic problem to the world of technology, but it's particularly difficult right now as more and more services promise innovation and greater convenience without actually changing the economic status quo. Uber gets me places fast, but can the drivers make a living? Handy gets my house clean, but can the contractors that use the service pay for health insurance? Likewise, Spotify streams music to me for free, but artists say they aren't seeing their financial situation improve. It's not that they're not being paid, it's that their financial gain is not proportional to Spotify's success. It is likely, at best, a continuation of the status quo, where the concern is primarily making money from artists instead of making money for artists. Services like Spotify and Uber aren't going away, but we as consumers need to ask ourselves what we want companies to do. Do we merely want convenience, or do we believe that technology should improve the lives of everyone involved, including those doing the work? For more on the music industry and the cultural response to technological innovation, check out PCMag.com. That's What's New Now, and I'm still Max Eddy.